Howdy, folks. I'm Drew Taylor. Welcome to my daily Drew. You see, I'm splitting screen here with a good buddy of mine, folks. Let me tell you something. We've got Dino Soriano in the house. Dino, how are you doing, my buddy?
I am doing fabulous. Living my best life and I'm not allowed to complain, Drew. Let me tell you, my brother from another mother, I am not allowed to complain about anything.
Hey, well, Dino, you know what part of it is? And I learned this many years ago. Don't tell people your problems because 80% don't care, and the other 20% are glad you have them.
Yeah, well, and other people's opinions are none of my fucking business. I mean, that's
That's
one of my
it.
Dinoisms, Other people's opinions, they don't matter. They're not any of your business,
Yeah, yeah.
you know.
Hey,
And,
and so we kind of set the stage. This is going to be jaw jacking this first segment, and we're really going to kind of focus on you
okay.
and your background and all that stuff for the second segment, and then the third one is we're going to talk about our innovation incubator. So in
Yeah.
that, with us bouncing back and forth and just kind of volleying on this, but I love what you said there about listen, we all are responsible for our own lives, right? And
Yep.
so if you're not happy with your life, whose fault is it?
Oh, it's your own damn fault. I
That's
mean,
it.
and look, there's a lot of sayings in life, okay, and there's a lot of sayings that people just get wrong, and I emphasize that with the hand movements because I'm a damn Italian from the Northeast, even though I'm a born and bred American. First off, YOLO, you only live once.
That's it.
Bullshit. I worked trauma in the ER for 9 years. You only die once. Well, actually, sometimes you would die multiple times during the episode, but you only die once on average. You should live every day.
There you go.
Okay. I mean that's one. And the other one is if at first you don't succeed,
Well,
what's
try
that?
try again. Try again.
Bullshit. Maybe you just suck. Life isn't fair, baby.
Life ain't fair, is it?
It just isn't fair.
No, but
And
you know what, Dino? In that, it isn't fair, but it doesn't mean it's unequal. Okay, because even I have seen, and here's where I'm going with this. I have seen,
you got my interest.
yeah, I do. But listen to this. I've got a brother-in-law lives in Arkansas. Okay, and that guy, the hill he had to climb every day for medical stuff when he was young, he had a bigger hill climb than I had every single day. Right. So,
Hmm.
so he got a head start on his, I got a head start on my day the way that I see it. But the fact that in despite it being God being a little bit unfair to him, he couldn't, he was born literally almost legally blind, didn't have teeth and all these things, right? He got out there, got his ass and forged ahead. Look at the movie Rudy, my favorite Rudy. They
Hmm.
make it, you can make it fair through perseverance, talent. And the flip side to that, and I'll turn it to you, I see some of the greatest athletes in the world with all the talent that kind of suck because they don't apply it.
Oh, look. I don't know how to put this politically correct because I'm not politically correct. So, those that are going to get their butt hurt about this, okay. Um, if you give somebody from, I don't know, the wrong side of the tracks,
Yeah, yeah,
$25 million at age 20,
yeah, yeah,
he gonna be broke by 22.
yeah.
And it might not be because of something he did, but it's because of something he didn't learn. Okay. When you don't learn responsibility, when you don't learn to surround yourself with the people that are in your best interests, people will steal from you. They will do whatever they can to take you down and take what you have because they feel entitled to it.
Uh-huh.
It's that simple,
Yeah, yeah.
you
But
know?
it wasn't that way for too long. We created in this country when we started thinking that we need to raise our children and spoon feed them from cradle to grave, and that
Oh,
everything ought to be theirs because
oh,
they're hey
oh,
Dino, every mama
oh,
crow
oh,
thinks
oh,
her
oh,
baby's the blackest.
oh. Let me tell you, what the hell is a timeout? Okay. Look, I remember growing up, the spankings or whatever you want to call it. Okay.
I got them.
Okay. I earned every single one of them. Okay. And I remember why. And I remember the lesson I learned. Okay. And I learned respect. I don't know how old I was. I was knee high to whatever. Okay. And I called my dad by his first name once. And when I got up off the floor, I ain't never did that again because I learned you don't do that. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
if I'd have been sent to timeout, I wouldn't have learned jack shit. Oh, by the
Well,
way,
okay,
this is my Italian espresso latte.
I like it, buddy. Listen to this.
Your size matters.
My homemade in-house kombucha. So I have
Mm-hmm.
my full pot of coffee. Hey, Dino, listen to this. I have been teaching or Sherry's local nail salon here in Kerrville, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it's a Vietnamese that runs it because it's like La Quinta is Spanish for next door to Denny's. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yep.
if it's a nail salon, it means run by Asian. But her husband, Hannah's husband, Dwight, he's an old ex cop, 6 foot cowboy. When you go into their nail salon, Willie Nelson's on the radio, Trump is on the wall, Marilyn Monroe's in there. The, Dwight's got a gun on his hip, and he's digging deep in cuticles. Right? This is a cowboy nail salon, but you know what? I have been teaching them because I like these people, and when I like people, we do things.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you and I are
Yeah.
doing things.
Yeah. We do. We do things together.
Yes, exactly. Well, let me tell you something. I'm over there teaching Asian people tai Chi in the morning. It goes to you can do
Now,
anything you want.
you're a Texan cowboy
That
teaching
glows in the dark.
teaching an Asian Tai Chi.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a song in there somewhere. There's at
I'm
least a
telling you,
meme,
but
but there's a song. There's a song in there.
there is. There's a country song. Yep. Oh my gosh. Hey, Dino, we got 2 minutes left in this first segment, and we're in next segment is all about you. But you know,
Oh, I
I
like that.
want people to know a little bit. You and I are going to be starting a show. I'm thinking it's going to be 60, 90 days out because since I'm doing this for my business of one and I'm doing all this all myself,
Yeah.
it's messy, man. Look at your set. God
Well,
made my set.
yeah. Well, see, and when I first got on the call, I like your set. I like the trees. I can't wait till we come out and do that in person out there. Whether we're riding yaks or we're riding horses, it don't matter. We'll do it. We'll strap a GoPro to one of their heads. Um, but
It's not zebras, not zebras.
yeah, they got a little attitude. But no, my background, I decided to have it represent some of my things from my life and some of my history.
Yeah,
Not all of it, you can't put
yeah,
that on YouTube
yeah.
or other videos out there. But hey, everything from some of my collection of antique and medical instruments to some of my awards and my hat collection because I wear many hats,
Yeah.
and as an entrepreneur, you will wear many hats, and it's just this is my hat collection. If I point to it, if I move, my camera going to zoom right in on it because I trained it like a dog. I call my dog Ozbot.
Osbot. There you go, man. There you go. Hey, Dino, let me tell you something. We burned the first segment. So we're gonna zoom out and we're gonna come right back in here. Folks, I'm with Dino Soriano. This is the Daily Drew. And we've got the Daily Dino on it, and we'll be
Oh
back here
yeah.
in 2 minutes. All right, good, man, good. So this next one, I'm going to come in. I'm going to say, all right, out
Mm.
everybody. Drew Taylor back here with the Daily Drew, sitting here with Dino Soriano. Blah blah blah. Dino, man, tell us all you can in the next 7 minutes, buddy. Tell them all you can. Hey, and
All right.
if you haven't seen this, I started saying in this, and I'm unfolding this, and I love that. So I'm doing my Daily Drewism. I started yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So the Daily Drew and Daily Drewism. And in that, what was I going to say? I was going to tell you. Oh, I started saying my autobiography is unfolding a day at a time on my Daily Drew.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm using that as a teaser thing just to see what kind of traction it gets. But anyway, all right, listen, you ready?
I'm always ready.
There you go, buddy. Three, two. All right, folks, welcome back to the Daily Drew. I'm Drew Taylor, and I've got with me my buddy Dino Soriano. Dino, you're out there in Puerto Rico as we speak, aren't you?
That's right. And good morning. And I don't know what time it is where y'all chiming in, but here in Puerto Rico, it's morning. So good morning, everybody. Buenos dias. And yet, I don't speak proper English. I can restart your heart. I can't use a comma to save my life. I don't give a damn. It don't matter in the real world. And the other thing is, I'm learning Spanish, Espanol, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah, habla, yes. Yeah, see.
and I've been on the island now for cuatro años. Okay, I got
Oh,
that one.
cuatro.
Okay,
Ah,
4 years. Okay,
see?
um, and trying to learn Spanish in Puerto Rico is like I don't know, trying to golf in a hurricane.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, because I, I love the island, man. I'm here for life. Okay,
yeah.
but I had to get a translator to slow down the Spanish I was hearing so that I could learn some of the Spanish that I was hearing. And it's taking time. And I'm an old dog, man, and you can
Yeah,
teach an old dog new tricks, but it just take a little longer.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But I'm not allowed to complain. I mean, not that
Oh, that's it. Hey,
I mean,
okay, so
I
you
could complain
you
about things,
okay,
but
you mentioned that in the first segment. Quantify that. Because let me
all
tell you
right.
something. Most people I know wake up with a turd in their mouth.
Well, then dear God, I can't even go there. Oh, we're gonna get bleeped. We need to stay on the air. Oh, they've been go. Look, if you got a turd in your mouth or shit in your mustache, you coming at it from the wrong end. Okay, now, and that's as clean as I can make that. But let me tell you why I'm not allowed to complain. Drew, you met my wife when you met me.
Oh, yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Um, I,
I can hear you understand. I can hear you saying, yes, ma'am. And yeah, anytime something you could bet.
No, 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 no. My friends and my family told me I'm not allowed to complain because
I,
they're looking at me going like somebody. Okay, I was in a business meeting, okay, and we're talking $1 million, multi-million-dollar deals, okay,
yeah, yeah,
and they stopped the meeting and looked at my wife and asked her when I kidnapped her.
yeah,
I'm like, what do you mean? He says, well, this don't compute,
yeah. No, I
and
understand.
I just like, I'm like, you know what? I'm okay with that because um my wife's incredible. Okay.
Hey, Nadino, can I interject just for a second? When first
Uh-huh.
time I ever laid eyes on her, because you and I talked nonstop for 30 minutes before I saw her, right? Okay,
Yeah.
when she came walking around that table, I saw this princess and I thought, okay, I get it. You're the court jester.
I'm an Odogu. I am a chief and a senator.
There you go, man.
And my wife's a real princess, man.
I know. That's
Yeah,
why I
she's
say,
no joke.
yeah,
But she's an incredible woman. She's got an incredible work ethic, put herself through college without a laptop. And I mean, without even having a refrigerator in the little apartment she had, I mean, she has an incredible work ethic and a drive. Put herself, got a bachelor's degree in psychology, all by creating crochet fashions, and that's how I met her. And
I know.
that's a whole nother story that we can go into. But
Yeah,
anyway,
for another day. But
uh,
I will tell you this: when you talk about the stuff that she makes, folks, let me
oh,
tell you that when I did see her, she's in this crocheted. She had a swimsuit on under it, but it's this crocheted dress that is under that sucker. And I, because I have that artist mind, and uh,
mhm.
and I saw her without that swimsuit on. Oh, never mind, I didn't say that.
Yeah. Look, when you're married to a wife like I have, you get used to it. Yeah, and I can't get jealous. Um, Look, y'all want to be me. I mean, that's that simple.
Hey, I
It's
feel your pain. Yeah,
again, I'm
yeah,
not allowed to complain. Like
yeah,
my biggest gripe in life basically is how long it takes me to get my shit from Amazon while I'm in Puerto Rico. A lot of times I just ship it to the place in Florida and repackage it and ship it here because it gets here quicker.
yeah. There
So
you go.
anyway, but now I digress because neither one of us can STFU, okay? And you need to put the super whatever that is, super fan, so they can buy the STFU button, and we need to get a thing where they can pay us. Let's call it $50, maybe $100. Pay us to STFU, put a button, a big stamp of STFU across the screen, and tell us what the next subject is. Now, you want to talk about how my journey to get here?
Okay, well,
Um,
now I'm gonna tell you, you have 3 minutes
I can
in
do
this
it.
segment to wrap
I
it.
can do
So
it. I can do it.
they're all
I'm
yours.
a serial entrepreneur. I'm the black sheep of my family, and I don't give a damn. Okay. I grew up. My first business was called Perpetual Sound. I was 14 years old, and I started a disc jockey and MC business. And I grew up in a family restaurant. And I had the worst job. I was the owner's kid. I didn't know my real name for years. Oh, you Tony's kid? You little Tony? No, I'm Dino. But it took a long time till I realized I was not little Tony or Tony's kid or, you know, and we had an incredible restaurant, incredible run. But started my first business at 14, and I'm making several $100s a weekend doing weddings and parties and high school dances. But I couldn't
And where
drive.
was this? Do you know where was
I was
this?
up in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania,
All right.
right? Now I couldn't drive. So my friends that had driver's licenses or cars, I would pay them like $50, you know, and let them, eat and drink, whatever, and come out to the party with me. And they didn't know I was getting several hundred. But so they drove me to the gigs and it worked out great. That was my first business. And that went really well. And that grew into a whole career of event planning. And I moved it down to Florida. And I was 19 years old, bought a house not too far from the beach. Okay. And then, I was started doing event planning in Florida, down in Naples and then Central Florida. Won some awards, top 25 regional business award in Central Florida.
Nice.
Got appointed to a couple of congressional committees, kept growing, but I was a father along the way. And as a father, at one point, I wanted my kids to go to college. And as they were getting into high school, I said, "You got to start thinking about college." And I taught my kids, and do the whole burn the box thing later, to speak their mind and not hesitate. And they said, "Well, Daddy, you didn't go to college." Mm. Again, I'm an American, but I'm an Italian from the Northeast, so that makes me loud. I'm not yelling. If I'm yelling, I'll tell you I'm yelling at you. But I was like, well, damn, got to do what I say I'm going to do. So got out of that business, sold everything, and went to college at age 30, and began my healthcare career. Became a nurse practitioner, healthcare administrator, health risk manager, and now I am creating new healthcare providers for Puerto Rico and the world beyond. And that's what I'm doing here in Puerto Rico with an incredible group of people.
Yep.
How's that
Hey,
for
Dino,
a
I tell you,
how's that for a 2 minute segment of
I was gonna say, folks, that barely touches it. It's kind of like me. Let me tell you something. We are wide and deep, ain't we, Dino?
I
All
may
right.
be wide.
Hey, folks, let me tell you something. We're coming back. We are going to touch a little bit more on this little recap. We're going to talk about our innovation incubator and how this thing came about. So we'll see you back here in 2 minutes for our final segment. This is the Daily Drew with Dino
Hey,
Soriano.
love you. Love you.
All right, perfect. So we'll come back in. I do it at half hours as I'm watching the
Mhm.
clock. Anyway, so then I'll just come in. I'll
We're
talk a
not
little
going to
bit.
fit this into a half hour.
Oh no, that's okay.
Yeah.
And when we start
Yeah.
our show, listen, I've only ever done hour-long shows. The reason I'm doing
Okay.
this one half hour is because I'm having to do all the fucking work.
Okay. Okay. All right. We got you. We got you.
You know. Anyway, okay, three, two,
Oh,
one.
wait. You know what?
There you go, buddy. There you go. All right, so hang on a second. We got 10 seconds. Five, four, three, two, one. All righty, folks. I'm Drew Taylor. Welcome back to the Daily Drew, and I've got with me my partner, Dino Soriano. Dino, how you doing? Hey, let me tell you something. You said you wear different hats.
Oh yeah, I'm an entrepreneur, man. I wear different hats every day of my life. And hey, good to meet everybody here for the first time on the Daily Drew. And my name is Dino Soriano, and you're going to get to know me and my mother from another mother,
Yep.
Drew.
Yep.
here on the show, and you might even be able to ask us questions. Hell, if you're good enough, and if you're not asked nicely, maybe we'll even put you on the show or talk to you. But you got to be special, and
It could. Hey,
I don't mean special. I mean you got to be special.
oh yeah, absolutely. You got to
You got
make
to be
us look
doing
bad.
something for the world.
They got to outshine us.
Yeah, yeah, you got to be
Hey,
doing something better for the world.
that's it. That's it. Yeah. And every day. Hey, so folks, what I want to do here is, and after I met Dino on this cruise, and it was a business cruise, second year that I went on it, but Davin Michaels out of Puerto Rico's puts that thing on, does a phenomenal job with it. He
And
and what
it's
is
business.
Oh, it's business. It is a business cruise.
Yeah,
So if
yeah,
you think
it's
about it,
business.
and I'll give that a little plug. I'm not going to go this next year because I'm going to divide and conquer. You'll be there
Mhm.
to do our stuff. I'll be other
Yep,
places.
I'm gonna be
And
there, and we'll be doing live from the cruise.
yes, absolutely, absolutely. But what happened is, as an inventor entrepreneur, when I meet Dino and we start talking about stuff, and folks, let me tell you something. To be an inventor, I'm not saying you're anything special because I look at myself and the things I've done. They say, Dino, necessity is motherhood of invention. I say it's laziness because everything I've invented, all but one, has been to make stuff easier,
Hmm.
and all that. But this innovation incubator, having gone in and done inventions, and the first few that I applied for and tried to get there, you don't know what to do, and you burn this money. And Invention Submission Corporation and Invent Help and all them come in and rape and steal and pillage and
Hmm.
it isn't easy to go out and successfully be an inventor. But let me tell you something. When I met Dino, and then shortly we met Stefan out of Austria, and
Hmm.
Dino and his daughter Zaza, who he mentioned, have talked about having a child and everything earlier, and she's coming into this real dynamo on her own. Got a couple
Yep.
other people, and what we're doing is we're bundling inventions. And Austria has a program where they will fund up to 80% of the development, prototyping, intellectual property, all of these things. You have to domicile it in Austria, but you still own it all. And so,
Hmm.
we have put this thing together. We've got
Yep.
four products, one other one, because we'll do additional incubators. And
Hmm.
when I set this up, and then I'm going to let you ramble about this for a little bit. When I set this up, I set it up so that let me tell you, I invested in an oil well one time when I sold a company. I invested $75,000. The guy told me, you ought to invest in all three of them I'm drilling. Okay. Well, I didn't really know how the business worked, but I wasn't going to put 225 in. So I invested in one. You know what, Dino? Amazingly, the one I invested in didn't hit, but the other two did. You know, and so I thought when we do this innovation incubator, let's put a few technologies so that if all but one of them don't hit, you still have a winner. If two
Yeah.
or three or four of them hit, if all of them hit, you got a super winner. So that's the deal, mitigating risks by having a few technologies.
Well, that's the 30,000 foot view of how that works, and it really comes down to, look, you and I have paid for college so many times over our lifetime the hard
Yep.
way. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And
Yep.
the tuition in real life is a hell of a lot more than these snowflakes pay at Ivy League schools.
To
Okay.
be indoctrinated.
Yeah, to be whatever they are. Okay. And I'm gonna leave it at that because we're not political here, not yet. So, um, and you need to learn from your mentor's mistakes, and you need to be humble by the knowledge that they're partaking on you. It really is an honor to mentor people,
Yeah.
and and as an innovator, a visionary, and an inventor myself, you and I, we gel on a lot of things. That's why we're brothers from another mother.
Yeah.
And this opportunity to be involved in an incubator, which is something that my daughter and I have talked about for many times, a
Yeah.
think tank, type of situation. And with Stefan and everybody out there in Austria is like it just kind of all worked out to be a good thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
some of the inventions, you need to figure out not only is it going to work, that's
Yeah.
first. Okay, is it needed? That's
Yeah.
another thing.
Yeah.
Can you sell it?
Yeah.
That's another thing. Is there a
Yeah.
market for you? How the hell do you get it to the market?
Yeah.
How do you own the rights to it? And how do you make the damn thing if you're successful?
100%.
I mean, these are all things that, if you had to take all of some of these incredible, and that's some funny things in the background. If you watch my background, you'll see my wife. Um, she doing her yoga or her Tai Chi. Um, the you know,
I want you to do something. We're talking about this innovator. I want you and I, if I don't, if that isn't what I see, do I see one of your inventions that you're currently using sitting there on your shelf in the back for your Toyota, for your FJ?
actually,
Is
that's
that what that is?
it's
Oh, okay.
actually it was
Okay,
actually
there
on
you
my
go.
desk. So this is one of
Okay,
them.
show
This is one of
that.
them right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is
So
the
this
problem?
So the problem is in the Toyota FJ Cruiser, which is one of my favorite vehicles. Okay, they made these brake lights that are like bug eyes. Okay, and they stick out like 4 inches from the back of the vehicle, and it's an off-road vehicle. Okay, now when you go off-road with your vehicle, you're in close proximity to rocks, trees, all kinds of stuff, and well, you break brake lights almost every time you go out,
But
and
they're
they're
cheap,
expensive
man.
to
They're a dime
replace.
a dozen, Dino. They're a dime a dozen.
If you consider $400 a set a dime, um, so I decided there's got to be a better way, and I searched. I mean, I searched everywhere. I'm a researcher, and I couldn't find something to fix the problem, so I created it. And this is a flush LED 3D printed brake bucket that eliminates the problem of breaking your brake lights every time you go off road and have fun with your toy.
Yeah, and folks,
That's one.
this is one of the products in the incubator, and I will put down below in this thing because I found a video of this guy driving, and then you see him, and it was when his vehicle turns like this, it runs over and he hits a tree and drags that light off. Exactly what he's talking about. And then I'll send you a picture of Dino's and how it's tucked in there like a Tesla door handle, baby.
Mhm. And just to give you an idea how and this is like we don't just solve problems like this. One of our other items is literally an external male urinary uh, a
Yeah,
urinary diverting device. Okay,
yeah,
because one of the problems with diverting urine for males in the hospitals and et cetera is hospital acquired infections. And we
yeah.
found a solution to that. So it's not brake lights for a car. It's not medical devices. It's not software.
And,
It's
and, and Dino,
could be any of
let me
those.
throw in there at one other one because those are a couple Dino and his daughter brought, and a couple other ones I've got. One of them is if you're in a house and you have a television, you're losing remote controls. And
Hmm.
the average house loses 4 remote controls a year. And
Hmm.
so I created a device when my wife and I moved into the motor coach because I found remote controls in the freezer and the trash can and everything else. And so it puts them all in one place. We've never lost one since. So they're
Yeah.
real solutions to real world problems. And
Yeah.
that's what this innovation incubator is doing.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're going to give people the opportunity to learn from our mistakes and to be able to take advantage of the economies of scale.
Uh-huh.
And hey, we're, helping another country's um, infrastructure,
Yeah.
but they're helping our products get to market.
Yeah. And
That's
and
it's
and
a fair trade.
And there's a real interesting piece to that, folks. What people don't know, and I've got 7 patents and 4 pending and blah, blah, blah. If you get your patent in the United States, it's only good for the United States. You have to get the
Mhm.
international stuff. In doing this, it takes care of that. So, and Dino, I'm gonna close with this piece of that because people need to know if you are an inventor and you have something you think has real world stuff, feel free to submit it to us. We'll do our research as Dino said, is there a market? Can you penetrate it? Can you manufacture it? All these things? We go through all that. But if there is real world, then we may consider bringing you into the incubator. The other thing is, folks, you don't have to be an inventor, but we will go out and be posting these once we start our show. We'll be
Mhm.
posting the opportunities. You can be an investor in the incubator without your own invention. So
Yeah.
think about that. People that are investing in all kind of stuff. You got a couple of seasoned, successful guys that have done it before. Good chance we're going to do it again.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's there's no guarantees in life except for the taxes and death. And depending on what state you live in, one might be better than the other.
That's
Mhm.
it. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
Anyway,
a lot we can do together to bring things to market, and and you got a hell of a team, and we got the same goatees, we got similar hats, okay, and so mine's got a little more wear and tear on it than yours does.
oh, I've got my. So this is my dress hat, buddy.
Oh,
This is my
that's your dress
tuxedo.
hat.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
sir.
oh, that's like having the fucking good china, okay.
This is 100X Stetson.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
See that?
I do see that. I do see
Yeah.
that. That's like having the fucking good china for the people that you bring out when the relatives come over. You don't even like them anyway. Okay, use the damn good china every day and give them a solo cup. Okay, this hat
Folks,
has been
folks, we
through
got to
hell and
close
back.
on that one. Dino, we
Okay,
got to close on that one. Oh my gosh. Hey, this is going to be too much fun. Folks, hey, Dino, are you going to come on every Friday?
hell yeah.
Okay.
Look, I am here. We've got a lot. I mean, there's so much stuff. We got a podcast. I got a podcast starting here in Puerto Rico about medicine and what we're doing here in Puerto Rico and creating healthcare providers.
Yep.
And so, if you're a nurse practitioner, man, have you got some incredible things to look forward to if you want to come live in the Caribbean and get through school and work in the Caribbean. Man, have we got an incredible opportunity for you.
Yep.
Um,
Hey, we're going to wrap it at that. Folks, let me tell you something. As you can tell, there's going to be a lot of stuff coming. Subscribe to my channel. Pay
hell
attention to
yeah.
Dino. He'll be here every week. Subscribe to his. We're going to have a lot of fun. And folks, when we start our STFU podcast, that sucker's going to be on steroids. Okay. So,
Hmm.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, we gonna have the public version and then the subscribed version because the
Uh-huh.
public version is gonna be like, "Hey, Drew, bleep, meet and eat and how you doing? Beep, beep,
And sweet
and
and cute, beautiful, and life is them. Yeah.
yeah,
And then
yeah,
the other one's going to be beep, 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 beep.
mm-hmm. Is that look, Ozbot following me? Look at this, look at this. Ozbot follow. Come on, there you go.
Dino, appreciate you, my brother.
Love you,
We
man.
will, we will, I'll be talking to you a little bit later.
Yeah. Oh,
Have a great day,
absolutely.
folks. Daily Drew, it's the weekend. Chill out, relax, recover. Be back here Monday, 0700 for the Daily